Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to day 21 of the online learning course presented by the Paradise Academy. In today's lesson, we will be learning about Hamza with a jazm. A Hamza with a jazm is read in a particular way, slightly different from how we read any other letter with a jazm. Remember, an alif with a harakat sign is known as a Hamza. We have been calling it Hamza. So an alif with a jazm, we will also call that a Hamza. So let's read the words and I'll explain how a Hamza with a jazm is read when we come across it. So repeat after me the first word. Ya Hamza Zabar Ya. So as we've just read there, a Hamza with a jazm is read with a slight twitch, almost a jerking sound. Ya Hamza Zabar Ya. One more time. Ya Hamza Zabar Ya. Ta zir ti. يأتي كاف ميم بيش كم يأتيكم يأتيكم. Next word. تا همزة زبر تا. Once again, a slight twitch or a jerking sound. تا همزة زبر تا. تا يا زير تي. تأتي. ها ميم زير هم. تأتيهم. تأتيهم. Well done. Next word. يا همزة زبر يا. با زبر با. يأبى. يأبى. Next word. قاف زبر قاء. را همزة زبر راء. قراء. تا زبر تاء. قرأت. قرأت. Next word. با همزة زبر با. سين دو زير سن. بأس. بأس. Next word. كاف همزة زبر كأ. سين دو زبر سن. كأسا. كأسا. Notice after the scene that we've just read, there's an alif joined to it. That is known as a silent letter, what we did in yesterday's sabak. There are also a few other silent letters present in these words. See if you can spot any of them. Well done. Jazakallah. Now I'll hand over to Qari Anisa. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In today's lesson, we're going to recap of Surah Al-Fil. Let's start reading. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. سورة الفيل مكية. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل ألم يجعل كيدهم في تضليل وأرسل عليهم طيرا أبابيل ترميهم بحجارة من سجيل فجعلهم كعصف مأكول. One more time, guys. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل ألم يجعل كيدهم في تضليل وأرسل عليهم طيرا أبابيل ترميهم بحجارة من سجيل فجعلهم كعصف مأكول جزاكم الله خيرا السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Lesson number 2, Nasiha. In today's topic, we're going to talk about my country, my city. And it's very important as Muslims to know that we belong to this country. And this is our country because most likely this is the country that we were born in, we have been raised up in, and we probably will die in as well. So we should know that this is my home, my country, and this is the place I should love. Sometimes, as Muslims, we can have an identity crisis. We're not sure who we are. Sometimes we might think, oh, we're Pakistani, we're Indian, Bengali, or wherever we come from because our parents are from there. Sometimes we think we're from England, from the UK, but sometimes we're not sure. And sometimes because of Islamophobia and sometimes racist attacks, then you're left confused. Are we really English? Are we really from England? Or are we from back home? So I think it's very important to talk about this topic. So first and foremost, if we have been born in this country and we've been raised up in this country and we live in this country, this is our country. So England is our home. And we should always think that this is our home now. Yes, our parents and most of our parents probably came from back home, from Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, but they've settled here. They came with the thought that they're going to go back to Pakistan and India, but they never did. They settled into this country, and most of them have spent their entire life in this country. And the next generation of children, they don't even know much about back home. They know more about this country. And alhamdulillah, we're now into fourth, fifth generation into this country. So we should now accept that England is my country and Bradford is the city that I live in. And this is my home. And once we accept this, we will take pride that this is my city and my country. And I will do everything to enhance this country and make this country a better country. So we should always work for the betterment of the community, of our country, and make sure we do everything possible to make sure that this country succeed in all kinds of ways. So I ask you all a question. What do we love about our country? Can you think of anything? What do we love about England? Some people might like the weather. It's not too hot. Yeah? Some people might like the weather. It rains, it's sunny, it's not extremely hot. Some people like the schools. Yes, we get free education. We can go to primary school, high school, and then we have opportunity to go into universities. Yes, some people might like that. Alhamdulillah, we can practice our religion, Islam, here freely in this country. We could go to the mosques, we can go to the madrasas, we can go to Islamic schools. We have the opportunity to eat halal food. If somebody does pass away, we have the funeral arrangements, and we can bury them in an Islamic way. Yes, mashallah, we have the freedom to practice our religion, and sometimes this freedom you can't even enjoy in Muslim countries. Alhamdulillah, when you go to the airports, the service station, you have the prayer areas, the facilities. So Alhamdulillah, the freedom we have here in practicing our religion, sometimes you don't even get in Muslim countries. And some Muslim countries, to eat halal, it becomes very difficult. So Alhamdulillah, we can practice our religion. What else can we think of? Yes, we might talk about the NHS. We have free medical treatment. We get benefits. We can get free medical treatment. We get looked after. And again, these are all blessings from Allah. That if you go to some countries and even back home, to go to hospitals, to stay in a hospital for one night, it can cost you hundreds of pounds, and sometimes you can't afford to keep on giving that money. Yes, so Alhamdulillah, sometimes these are blessings that we ignore. Alhamdulillah, we have opportunities. We have opportunities to become teachers, to become doctors, to become civil engineers, to enhance our careers. Yes, mashallah. Some people might like that we can go out to different places and visit. We'll go to the museum, we could go to the parks. Yes, mashallah. These are all good ideas. So, mashallah, these are so many good things that we can enjoy in this country, that, these are called blessings from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we should appreciate these things. So, next, I'm going to talk about British values. And values means what you stand for. And a lot of the British values are similar to Islamic values. And values are very important. They make you what you are. So, what we hold on to, is dear to us. So as a Muslim, we have values that we respect our elders, we be merciful to our youngsters, we respect people that are not Muslim, we tolerate one another. All these things are in Islam. So especially as a Muslim living in a non-Muslim country, we have to respect the law, all these things. And similarly in British values, you know, first and foremost, they talk about respect and tolerance. Respecting others, embracing the difference, learning about and consider the culture of other peoples, accept the belief and faith of others. Yes, in this country, Alhamdulillah, you see people of different backgrounds, of different religion, of different races, people from all over the world that here live and made England their home. A lot of our parents came in the 60s and 70s from Pakistan, India, and they made this their home. So, and now we see people from Eastern European background that have settled. So we have to respect one another. We have to embrace the difference, that there are people from different background, different religions, and we have to respect the different cultures. And we have to accept if somebody is not a Muslim, that's what they are, and we have to respect them for what they are. As a Muslim, we can't force anybody to become Muslim. Yes, we would like that people accept the truth. But the thing is, people are of Christian background, Jewish background, people of faith and no faith. Some people don't even believe in God at all. Again, we have to respect their views. The rule of law, commit to the school rules, help others to do the right thing, be honest, truthful, and loyal. Always respecting law. Law, again, it could be in your school, it could be in your madrasa, it can be by the government. Okay. So any kind of law we should always respect. Like if you whilst you're driving and you're using your mobile phone, you're breaking the law. So we've got to respect. These laws are there for our betterment so that we don't have an accident. So if we're in school, there's rules and we have to follow them. So following law and rules are part of Islam. In Islam, we follow rules and regulations all the time, halal and haram. So we've always got to and respect the law of this country. Individual liberty, people are free to do what they want. People are responsible for their own actions. We work hard to improve. We try to pursue our goals. So we challenge bullying, prejudice, or bias with confidence. So Islam, our faith, has made us individuals in our actions. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us the option of doing good or bad. Whatever we choose, Allah knows. So individually, we're all responsible for our own actions. And on the day of Qiyamah, we will be judged for our actions. And every day, our actions are being recorded by Kiram and Katibin, the angels. So we've got to work hard to improve who we are as a person, as an individual, and try to be the best Muslim. And the best Muslim is that person who abides by the law, respects one another, and he accepts that living in this country, I have the opportunity to enhance, to pursue my goals, and also be a good Muslim. Democracy. In democracy, we've got to respect everybody's views. We can debate one another, but we have to respect the debate, and we've got to participate willingly. Express your views confidently. We should participate in elections. We have the opportunity to elect our ministers. We have the opportunity to elect our councillors. They should stand up for what sometimes we believe or what we think is good for our community. And remember, we've got to respect everybody's views. And that's part of our faith. Everybody will have an opinion in Mashara, but we've got to respect everybody's opinion. So the thing is, all the values of British values are based on also Islamic values of tolerance, respect, of being responsible for your actions, of respecting other people's views. When we debate, we should respect. In ikhtilaf is khair, we've got to respect each other's views. So this is why when we talk about British values, the values of British value are similar to those values of Islam. So we've got to make sure, alhamdulillah, like we see every day, we are very fortunate and blessed in this country that we can practice our religion freely without any harm. And the government also respects us. Just a couple of days ago, as Ramadan is upon us, then the government does say to us, Ramadan Mubarak. They also, we see in leadership roles, there's a lot of Muslims now. So alhamdulillah, in this country, we have the opportunity to enhance in our careers, make sure that same time we're good Muslims and same time we're good citizens of this country. And that's the most important thing, that we are good Muslims and good citizens. So people should see as, wow, these are the model examples of a Muslim. That first and foremost, he's a Muslim, he's always obedient to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and second of all, in this country as a citizen, he respects others as well. So what actions can we perform? Number one, as a Muslim, we must respect every individual regardless of our differences. So in this country, as a Muslim, this is my country. Remember, this is all our country. This is the country we live in. This is the country most of us have been born in. And this is the country that we are being raised in. So in this country of ours, we should respect everybody. There will be people of all backgrounds. In our own community, we see the people that from different backgrounds, different races, different religions, and we've got to respect everybody's differences. And sometimes we should celebrate these differences rather than make them divide us. We should celebrate the differences, and then you'll see you'll get along with one another. And that's why even in Islam, if you have a neighbor, and if your neighbor is your relative, he will have three rights upon you. One, he's a Muslim. Second, he's a relative. And third, he's a neighbor. If he's a Muslim neighbor, he has two rights. He's a Muslim and he's a neighbor. And if he is a non-Muslim, he has a right upon you because he's a neighbor. So you've got to respect him. You got to look after his house. You got to make sure he's in no discomfort. So we've got to respect everybody in our communities. Number two, as a Muslim, we must respect and abide by the law. And sometimes unfortunately, we think that we're above the law and we like to do silly things, harmful things. One thing, they could be harmful to ourselves and we harm others in our community. And sometimes we see in our community we have big issues, might be of crime, yeah, all these things, antisocial behavior. That's simply because we're not bothered about anybody else. We just think about ourselves, and we think we could do whatever we like. We're above the law and we don't need to obey anybody. No. As a Muslim, first of all, Allah's watching us. So we've got to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So every action that we do, if it's antisocial behavior, crime, we're harming others, we're breaking Allah's rules. Second of all, we're breaking the rules of this country. So all these things become haram. So that's why we've got to make sure that we respect and abide by the laws. And the laws are there for us to be better citizens and good Muslims. As a Muslim, we must be a good citizen of this country. Remember, Alhamdulillah, Allah made us Muslims. So we've got to make sure that we provide good to our communities and we're good citizens, good role models. So when people see a Muslim, they shouldn't be afraid of Muslims. They should be ready to embrace Muslims and ready to embrace Islam. They should think, wow, I want to be like them. They're clean people. They're people that respect one another. And Alhamdulillah, during this pandemic, we've seen Muslims, doctors in the front line that have risked their lives, and many Muslim doctors have passed away, many nurses have passed away. But because their duty to this country and being good citizens and being good Muslims, they're ready to give up their life for others. We've seen mosques and other Muslim communities and groups that have come together to help people that are vulnerable. They're supporting people by giving them food every day. So as a Muslim, that's our roles and responsibility. And people have been, wow, these are the hearts of Muslims. And that's how we win hearts, by being good citizens. And remember, people that are not Muslim, they're not going to see how much Quran we read or what we read in the masjid or how much namaz we read. They're going to see our character, our akhlaq, how we behave towards them. And they're going to be affected by that. So if we're good citizens, good Muslims, they can say, wow, I would like to be like them. And if we see wherever Islam went throughout the world, through their character and their behavior, the local people changed and became Muslim because of the character of those Muslims that came into those countries. And that's how we should be good citizens. So people should be affected by how we are. We must always be a good ambassador of Islam, a good role model. Remember, first and foremost, above everything, we are a Muslim. We are servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we're always representing Islam. So what happens is, whenever we do something good or bad, people will label Islam. And especially we've seen over the time that in the media, in the newspapers, Islam has always been tarnished. People always talk bad about Muslims. When you say Muslim, they only have a bad thing to say. And that's all false media reports. So the thing is, if we're good Muslims, good ambassadors, good role models, people will be affected by that. And people will see the real Islam through our behavior, our character. So we've got to be good ambassadors. Number 5, we must always pray that Allah makes our country prosperous, safeguarded from any harm, and be a wonderful place for everybody to live in. Remember, this is our country. Every day in our du'as during the month of Ramadan, we should make dua for this country. Allah make this country prosperous, especially now we're going through a very difficult time. and businesses are being affected, jobs are being lost. So we should make dua, oh Allah, please take away this pandemic. Oh Allah, safeguard everybody, Muslim, non-Muslims, from all kind of harm, and make this country prosperous again. Make it be successful in all kinds of ways. So we should constantly make dua that this is our country. We should make dua that Allah Ta'ala gives hidayat, guidance to everybody that lives in this country, Muslim, non-Muslims. Allah gives us all guidance on Islam. So we should constantly make dua for the success of this country. May Allah Ta'ala gives all the tawfiq. Ameen.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, today we are going to be learning what to read in the Janazah Salah for the adult. In the first takbir, we raise our hands up to our ears like we would do in any normal namaz, and we recite Allahu Akbar, and then we fold our hands. Then we recite this dua. Repeat after me. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika wa tabaraka ismuka wa ta'ala jadduka wa jalla thana'uka wa la ilaha ghayruk. Again. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika wa tabaraka ismuka wa ta'ala jadduka wa jalla thana'uka wa la ilaha ghayruk. Now let's read it together. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika wa tabaraka ismuka wa ta'ala jadduka wa jalla thana'uka wa la ilaha ghayruk.